Hackney Road Closures, one of the co-organisers of this demo, and I just want to welcome you all and say thank you for coming. What an amazing, fantastic, wonderful turnout. That is really definitely me. Yeah, let's thank the organisers, the stewards, musicians, the steel band, I hope they're still here, all the people who made some wonderful noise, the speakers, everyone who made this happen, but most of all you. Give yourselves and them a round of applause. Look around and look at each other and think about this. We are residents and we're citizens from across the communities, the boroughs, the whole spectrum, backgrounds, religions, all of those things. And we've got our differences, but you know what brings us here and what makes us strong is what we've got in common. We need to support and trust one another more if we're going to be able to fight back against these road closures. We stick together and we stand together. So here we are, the town hall, Hackney Town Hall. It could be any of our town halls. Islington. They've locked us off our own steps. It should be a place that is a source of pride, it's a centre of the community, it's a seat of our democracy. And yet, look how they treat us. You know, and there's nobody in there at the moment apart from a wedding. You know, the mayor, the people who are responsible for this, but they know we're here. The whole of Hackney knows we're here. Glanville certainly knows we're here, and the whole of London, I think, knows we're here by now. Town Hall, Clown Hall, as some of us are calling it. And I think that's sad that we do that we should be proud of it, as I say. But it's no longer for the community, it's against us. You can see the way they've locked us out is what they think of us. When Extinction Rebellion came here last year, they were out shaking their hands. They turned their backs on us. And we've seen how utterly ruthless they have been over the last year or so, tearing up our communities ruthlessly with their road closures and so-called LTNs. So, the residents of Hackney, Islington and Tower Hamlets have got together to organise this demo with friends from far and wide. Hopefully it's the first in a series of things over the summer that will get us listened to and we'll get our way. So and I think it's important that we connect up with people across the boroughs. So many of us have got family and work and social connections. Yeah. Go on now. Nearly finished. Yeah, so many of us have got connections across the boroughs, families, and yet they want to shut us out. Crossing from Hackney to Islington, as you probably know, is like getting across the Berlin Wall these days. Perhaps they want to turn London into a medieval village. Yeah, they want to turn Hackney into a medieval village with us as the peasants and them as our masters. There's a new political elite in the town halls and in government, it seems. They want to take away our freedom of movement. They want to cut up our roads, hitting us with exorbitant fines. And with the zero carbon thing just around the corner that they're so obsessed with, they want to take away our cars, our holidays, and even our central heating if you're watching the news. They're really attacking our they're attacking our freedoms and our living standards of ordinary people. They're taking away everything they deem unnecessary, irresponsible. We can't have, not allowed to have our luxuries. Until we have nothing left, they want us to be back like the Victorian poor of our great-great-grandparents. And we can't and we won't let that happen. And I think we're going to show that today. Okay, we've got some great speakers, a lineup of a real good mix of campaigners, residents, politicos, and even a lawyer. Horrendous anti-road closures doesn't take a party political stance. We don't take a stance on environmentalism or any of those things. We're an anti-road closure campaign. So, but yeah, as I say, we've got lots of great speakers. The first one, first three you're going to hear for are representatives of the three of the groups who have helped pull this brilliant day off. Linda Wilkinson, who's speaking first, is a lifelong resident of Tower Hamlet. She's been a road campaigner, anti-road closure campaigner, since long before any of us, and it's a real pleasure to have her here. Linda.
Well, if you'd have asked me 2 years ago that I would be at war, I would have laughed at you. We're at war with the councils. They have made our lives horrendous during a pandemic. They have treated us absolutely appallingly. They have taken the chance of this pandemic to stop our freedoms, to prohibit us moving around and prohibit us having a voice. In Tower Hamlets, we started this process before the pandemic. There were no equality assessments made. There was no chance of giving them any local knowledge. They simply wouldn't listen. It was all desktop planning. It was off the shelf from Waltham Forest. It was probably, we think, actually agreed in a drunken session in a pub in Waltham Forest. There was no impact on special educational needs children, their buses, their transport, the vulnerable, the poor were not assessed, and statistics have constantly, as you all know, been completely manipulated to their own purposes and are frankly lies. Emergency vehicles and freedom of information requests have shown that the emergency services are not happy, but however, unfortunately in London, the heads of the emergency services are predominantly ex-TfL executives, so you can figure that one out. So what have we had? In Tower Hamlets, I live around Columbia Road where I was born. My family have been in Tower Hamlets as it became for 400 years, guys, so I'm not an incomer, right? We've had increase in antisocial behaviour, drugs, car snatching, cars kicking in, windscreen smashed, robberies, home robberies, everything. We have got so much drug dealing on our little Jesus green that people actually cannot let their kids go and play there. It is absolutely unbelievable. And talking about the 52% majority of this country, women, they have not been considered at all. These streets are a nightmare, They're quiet, they're dangerous, they've got the kids on the bikes, they come up, they just absolutely rip through you. It's just absolutely appalling. And why is this? Because we have got unqualified councillors running the show. We have got people who have got no experience whatsoever in urban road planning running a bloody project. I'm bloody angry, I'm really bloody angry, and so should you be. Right, so one of our calmer, kinder neighbours, I managed to get Biggs and Tomlinson, who are the two architects, Mayor Biggs and Councillor Tomlinson, round to our area to show them what they've done and to ask them how they think things could be improved. And one of the comments somebody said to John Biggs was, ambulance couldn't get through here, could it? And he looked around and went, I guess it could mount the pavement. No! He said, I guess it could mount the pavement.
Shame on their scum.
So what's happening is, these councillors and councils, and indeed government, are catering to a group of people that are new to our areas. Okay, the London cycling lobby has spent 20 years getting into positions of power with these people, and it need not have been like this. Had Labour worked with us and actually sat down with us and planned, as we did ask at the very beginning, it would have been different. They should have had citizens panels. They should have asked us, who know our areas, what to do. Now, I won't go on for too long. It won't surprise you to know that I've been thrown out of the Labour Party. And the reason for that was, I spoke to Sean Bailey and was videoed, spoke to him about the absolute disgrace that Tower Hamlets is. I didn't say I supported him, but I got thrown out because apparently I support the Tory party. But do you know what? I don't want to belong to that club. I really don't. In the East End, we've all come together from all over the world for very many generations, and generally, if the feeling has been, I think, if you don't piss on my patch, I won't piss on yours, and we'll all rub along together. Would you say that was fair? So what we got now are a group of people who only want their patch. They want us to live like their patch, and basically it's destroying us, and we have to stop it. So what do I think the way forward is? Lobbying, writing, demonstrations like this. We are possibly going to have to start blocking off roads. I don't know, we have to really think about this together. What they should have done was actually improved and cheapened public transport first, then thought about what to do afterwards. And we need a London-wide plan. In the very small city of Barcelona, they are wanting to make it car-free at the centre. How long are they spending on it? 10 years. They're talking to people, they're getting citizens panels, they're talking to the people that know their streets. So what are we going to do? We have to probably hold our noses in May 2022 and find out who in their manifestos will agree to rip up these ridiculous schemes and vote them out. That is the only really efficient way. And finally, because I will go on all day, I want to say to Hackney, good luck and well done for getting a court case. Let us wish them the very, very best, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you.